Hello, I'm Simon Whistler. You're watching the Today I Found Out YouTube channel. And in the video today, we're looking at whether cow farts really significantly contribute to global warming. There are currently approximately 1.3 to 1.5 billion cows grazing, sleeping, and chewing their cud at any given time on planet Earth. And these 1,300 pound average weight for both a beef and dairy cow, these animals, they eat a lot. Much like humans, when they eat, gas builds up inside of their guts and has to be expelled. Cows fart and burp a lot. The result is a large amount of methane being introduced into the atmosphere. In a 2006 UN Food and Agriculture Organization report, it claims that the livestock sector, most of which are cows, generates more greenhouse gas emissions as measured in CO2 equivalent, 18%, than transport. According to a Danish study, the average cow produces enough methane per year to do the same greenhouse damage as 4 tons of carbon dioxide. So, is this significantly contributing to global warming? Let's start with how and why cows produce so much methane gas. Cows, sheep, goats, giraffes, and deer belong to a class of mammals called ruminants. Most ruminants have 4 stomachs, 2-toed feet, and store their food in the first chamber of the stomach, called the rumen, before regurgitating it. This regurgitated food is called cud, and the animals chew it again to help further break it down to make it easier to digest. Inside of the rumen, over 400 different kinds of microbes exist that also play a critical role in the digestion process. Several of these microbes create methane gas as a byproduct. Due to the sheer number of cows on the planet, along with the large size per cow, our tasty friends produce more methane gas than all other ruminants combined. Why could this potentially be bad? Well, methane is 21 times more potent at trapping heat from the sun than carbon dioxide. Though it is less prevalent in the atmosphere than carbon dioxide, it is, by unit, the most destructive of the greenhouse gases. Since the turn of the 19th century, methane gas emissions have increased by 150%, according to NASA's Goddard Institute. Methane gas, like all other greenhouse gases, which includes water vapor, acts as a blanket around our planet, trapping heat. The right amount, and the planet has an average temperature of a life-supporting 59 degrees Fahrenheit. Too little and the greenhouse effect becomes weak, like on Mars. Too much and the surface of the planet becomes so hot it can melt lead, like on Venus. Livestock is the largest source of methane gas emissions worldwide, contributing over 28% of total emissions. Wetlands, leaks from oil refineries and drills, and landfills also contribute methane gas to the atmosphere. In fact, unlike the ratios on a global scale, in the United States, livestock is only the 3rd largest contributor, behind the mining and transportation of natural gas and rotting landfill waste. It's actually not as much the farting that's the problem. Cows burping and manure contribute more methane gas than flatulence. According to research at New Zealand's largest Crown Research Institute, AG Research, up to 95% of the emissions come from the cow's mouth rather than its behind. It's estimated, through whichever orifice, that each individual cow lets out between 30 and 50 gallons of methane per day. With an estimated 1.3 to 1.5 billion cattle in the world today, this adds up fast. Exactly how significant this is to our global environment isn't something that anyone can easily put a number on, but the EPA, NASA, various global agricultural organizations, and the United Nations all recognize that this is a real problem. In recent years, several different solutions have been proposed. Scientists and experts have experimented with cows' diets to see if it could help cut down on the amount of methane gas. For instance, Welsh scientists studied the effects of putting garlic into cows' feed. According to BBC News, garlic directly attacks the organisms in the gut that produce methane. So far, results have been positive. Researchers have also studied adding plants that are high in tannins to the diet, which are believed to lower methane levels in ruminants. Another branch of study focuses not on lowering the amount of methane gas, but figuring out a way to contain it and repurpose it. Some farms have experimented with having their livestock live in a plastic bubble, which takes the expelled gas and converts it into electricity. But this process is both expensive, inefficient, and considered somewhat inhumane. In the end, methane gas emitted by cows and other livestock does have a significant impact on the amount of greenhouse gases in our atmosphere, which are the main culprits behind climate change and global warming. While farts aren't the only way that cows are expelling methane, it is at least accurate to say that cow farts do play a part in our planet's climate growing hotter. So I really hope you found that video interesting. If you did, please do give us a like below, click that thumbs up button. Also, over there on the right are a couple of other videos you might enjoy if you enjoyed this one, and thank you for watching.